Hello, and welcome to the Outlive Your Life by Writing Your Life, the Legacy Story podcast. My name is Kathleen Watkins, and I am your host. I would like to share with the community the importance of them sharing their life story with their family, friends, and community. I will also introduce them to a method used to help individuals document their story. The method is guided autobiography. Today, what I'd like to do is to be interviewed by a friend so that you will get to know who I am and what guided autobiography is all about. So my interviewer and guest is Miss Kelly.
Hi, Kathleen. Thanks so much for having me. So really, I wanted to start by asking you just straight off the bat, why should someone write their life story? Why should we do this? Why are we interested?
That's a very good question, Kelly. And I will give you 3 reasons. My first reason is that you do it for yourself. That's right, you do it for yourself. When we begin to write our stories, we begin to see our life in a different way. Not only that, we gain an understanding of our life, and we can see all the things we've accomplished and really see that even though we have had some struggles and we've made past mistakes, we really aren't that bad. So we just need to embrace them and own our unique story.
Yeah.
My second reason is for legacy. When we think of legacy, usually we think of wealth legacy. If you have money to pass down to your kids, or
Sure,
maybe,
yes, exactly.
Some of us do.
What am I going to inherit?
Yeah. And maybe property or jewelry or teacup or whatever. But to be honest, Kelly, our children don't really value our money as much as we did. And what usually happens is they go right through it.
Yeah.
And with the property or houses, they sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then,
very true.
but if you leave your life story, imagine that. After you have gone on, then those words that you have written are still there. And it will be for your grandchildren's grandchildren.
Yeah.
My third reason for you writing your life story is for family history preservation. We are only one spot in the whole big picture of our family. So why not leave our stories that are written by us? Those are 3 good reasons.
Yeah, that's really, really impactful. I mean, I was thinking that just brought me to my own father and my dad's side and how much that would help to know everybody's story, like how much that would mean to me to be able to pass that on to my kids who are now 12 and 6. But they won't, soon they won't have enough time with their grandpa for him to tell them all those stories, and it really, really is pretty deep.
Yeah, because truth is, we live in such a fast-paced society now. We don't have time, or we don't take the time to really sit down and share stories with our family. I was telling a story the other day with my granddaughter. She said, "Grandma, I didn't know that." I said, see, I've got to spend more time with you guys.
That's right.
Or telling the stories with you anyway.
Because it's really in the little details, the ones that you're not remembering all the time. They just come up from time to time.
And they love to hear those stories.
They really do. They really do. So what exactly is a guided autobiography?
Oh, I would love to tell you about that, Kelly. Autobiography is a method used to help individuals document their life stories. Okay, let me explain. The classes usually last anywhere from 4 to 10 weeks. This is in a group setting, which consists of usually anywhere from 3 to 12 people, where they meet weekly, and the classes are usually a couple of hours long. You are given a universal theme each week to write on. We always ask for at least 2 pages. You can write as much as you want, and people usually do. But because of time constraints, you'll only need to bring 2 pages to class. Give you an example. One of the themes is, what are some of the turning points in your life? Which is always a good one. And we also give you prompts, questions, if you will. For instance, for that theme, it could be, what single event really changed the direction of your life? Or, see, your mind is already going,
it gets
right?
You going right away.
Or what person changed the direction of your life? So once you write your story, you bring it to class and you read it out loud. This is the secret sauce. Because just hearing yourself read those words out loud, it can be very emotional. I've had a couple of people to really just cry when they're reading it. And for the other participants listening to your story, it triggers memories for them, because they'll think, oh, yeah, that reminds me of so-and-so, where I grew up. Or that reminds me of my uncle. So it's a win-win situation for all. And when you share your stories, there's a bond that's created. And this is what happens in the classes. Third step is you receive supportive feedback. Not being critical, judgmental, nothing like that. I always say I'm a Toastmaster, and we have evaluators at each meeting, and we can get very critical. But this is not like that, because you're not writers, you're not professional writers or anything, and no one is going to judge you on your grammar, your sentence structure, none of that. We just want you to write from your heart.
So it sounds like the guided autobiography course or structure is just really a supportive environment for getting your story out there. Is that how you would say it?
Yes, Kelly. The group dynamic is very powerful. I know people, I have friends who are always saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to write my life story one day when I retire, when the kids get older. And then
when I get around to it.
And then some people have actually started. And then it becomes overwhelming, and they're like, okay, so where do I start? And then you know what happens? They stick it in the drawer, and then it's all over.
Absolutely.
But when you are in a group, it's different. You could say that you are really being held accountable. And it usually works then. Then you get some work done. And at the end of, let's say, 6 weeks, at the very most, you could probably have from 12 to 15 pages done. And this gets you started. If you want to write more, you can. If not, maybe that's all you need to leave. You just want to leave your family some of your stories, and that's fine. Some people want to go on and even publish their stories.
Wow.
Yes.
But 12 to 15 pages, that's quite something to walk away
with.
It's
quite a lot. But see, usually it's a lot more than that, because that's what you're bringing to class to read. You also write other things. And I don't know if I said it before, but I always emphasize write from your heart. But never read out loud anything you're not comfortable with.
Oh, really? Oh, see, that's really
Yes,
good to know.
only read.
Yeah.
In fact, we have a confidentiality form which all of the participants sign, saying that what happens in here, what's said in here, stays in here.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh,
legal
that's
binding, but we trust that people will, they will acknowledge that and honor it.
yeah. You've made a community contract, basically. Yeah, that's really nice. So, what got you to be so passionate about the topic of documentaries and
Oh,
documenting your life story?
I've thought about this
Mm.
a little bit, and to be honest, ever since I can remember, I have always loved reading biographies and autobiographies. I've always been intrigued by other people's lives because
Mm.
it's inspiring and encouraging and motivating for me. I remember at 12, I actually read the autobiography of Malcolm X.
At 12.
At 12. Now, understand, I didn't understand a lot of it,
Sure.
but it really just resonated with me. So
That's
as time went on, I continued to do that. And then writing has always been a part of me too. Tell you a funny story. I used to always be the one who my girlfriends would pick to write the love letters to their boyfriends. They said, "No, you write it, Kathleen.
You do it.
Yeah." I thought about that the other day. I said, "That's hilarious."
Wouldn't it be neat to find some of those love letters?
I
Oh,
would love to.
that would be.
Oh, that would be good.
Mhm. There's a good story.
Mhm. And so in 2013, I began writing plays. I became a playwright. African American history plays exclusively. And what I found was that I could not find information that came directly from the person I was writing on. And that just appeared so strange to me. And I made up my mind then. I said, I am going to write my story. It's no way I'm not going to have anything that I wrote about me. I don't want to leave it up to anyone else because who can do it better than me? It's my story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and so that's one of the reasons. And then let me tell you another one was when my daughter was a freshman in college and she was taking an African American history culture class. And she called one morning, I'll never forget, and she said, "Grandma, we are doing a family project and I need information from you on our family stories." I felt so bad because I had absolutely nothing for her. I apologized and she said, "It's all right, it's all right." But that motivated me and it started me on my journey of gathering information, family stories. And now I'm happy to say that my children have a treasure trove of information that they can look at.
Wow. So when you started down this path, how did you start documenting? How did you start tracing your family
Thank
history
you
from
for
knowing
asking that.
nothing?
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
So what I did first was I began to gather all the photos that I had. And I had a lot of them. First, I put them into photo albums. I began doing that. The second thing I did was I created a binder just on me, on the things that I was involved in, some of my childhood stories. At the time, I had just started Toastmasters. I'd been in it for a little bit, and I had all the information concerning Toastmasters because I did a lot of things in Toastmasters. So I did that, all my speeches I'd written, all of that. Then I did a binder on my siblings where I gave a bio of them and pictures of their kids and grandkids. Then I did one on my grandparents, my mother and her siblings, my first cousins. I've done a lot of.
Wow.
Yeah, I have binders.
That's
Yes,
incredible.
of information. Yeah. But you know what? one of the things I notice about me when I'm creating those binders, I never forget I caught myself one day humming as I was doing it. I said, "You really like this, don't you?" I was just humming. I was in a very happy place. That's what that meant. So,
That is
yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
So writing stories about my family is definitely a happy place for me. And recently, I had the opportunity to be introduced to guided autobiography. When I saw it, I immediately jumped on it and I took the course. And now I am happy to say that I am a certified guided autobiography instructor, and I want to help you document your story.
That is awesome. Kathleen, thank you so much for sharing your passion with me and with our community. And I cannot wait to see what comes in the following episodes and to hear other people's stories. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. And to the audience, remember your story is the most important part of you. The struggles, the failures, the successes, and everything in between. It's you. So embrace it, own it, document your story. Outlive Your Life is a part of the Breaking Ice Building Bridges community podcast platform, brought to you by Possibilities.